Alright, hello my Vixens. This is going to be a pretty quick video. As you can see, I have just about all of my makeup done except for this eye and my mascara. And the reason for that is because I just kind of wanted to show you like a little technique that I've been kind of working on, and I'm actually out the door to go somewhere. So I'm actually gonna, dedicate this video to my mom because she said she's struggling with her eyeshadow and so forth. So hopefully she'll watch this and she'll see it. But anyway, let me try to adjust this a little bit here. Okay. So anybody can use this technique, anybody, but really it's kind of more for people that will be on the mature side. If you have a hooded eye, or you're developing any kind of wrinkles or anything like that in the eye area. And I've said this in all of my videos. I always say this, but once you reach a certain age, you really kind of need to watch with the shimmer and the glitter and things like that, because if you have wrinkles, that is going to draw attention to the wrinkles, and all of that glitter and all of that shimmer is going to settle down into all these little wrinkles and crevices. So when you first put it on, it might look really nice, but then an hour later, all of that stuff is going to like settle down in there, and it's not going to look nice. So you want to try to stick with mattes, things that are completely non-sparkle, no shimmer, things like that. So I have this palette right here. It's kind of shades of blues, just I guess these are more of like kind of on the cool tones, I would think. And so you can get these anywhere. You can get these from really high priced, clear down to drugstore, clear down to the dollar store. So they're very easy to access, and you can get them all kinds of colors. You can get them in the neutrals, you can get them in, even brighter shades. So I want to show you kind of how I work these, and maybe this will help, somebody that is struggling with matte, because if you've never used matte shades, it can be kind of like hard to figure out at first. You're just so used to the shimmer and the shine, and when you try to put on a matte shadow, it's just kind of, at first you're kind of like, I don't like this. So it can be a little bit hard to figure out. So what you're going to need here really fast are the typical things. You're going to need some blending brushes, you're going to need your eyeliner, you're going to need some mascara, and so we're going to go ahead and start. Now, I already did this other eye, so mostly I'm going to use just my, one favorite blending brush. And then I am going to use I have this brush right here, and it's kind of like a blending brush. It's a smaller one. I'm going to use that. And then I have a bigger blending brush, and we're just going to use this to kind of, kind of like smooth things out and blend things out. So, all right, the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to tell you that I'm going to put this shade right here. I'm going to use this as kind of like the transition shade. I'm going to put this all over the lid, and this is going to be kind of like our go-to shade, like our, we're going to blend this look with everything. So I'm going to go ahead right now, I'm going to put this all over the lid. This is going to give us kind of just like a base color to work with. Okay, so I'm going to tap off the extra there. And I'm going to just go ahead and put this all over the lid. Now I did prime my eyes with a good eye primer. And I would definitely suggest that you use a primer on your eyes. If you don't have a primer, you could use foundation, that's okay, but a concealer is better. Concealer is a little bit thicker, and it's going to give you something a little heavy, a little more sticky for your shadow to grab onto. Okay, so now we got that all over the lid. I'm just going to take my clean blending brush and just kind of get any fallout I have around the rest of the eye. Okay, so I'm going to kind of explain the technique of how I do things, and I'll, you know, as I go along, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I always like to go right along the palette of what I'm doing. So I use this because I feel like this is really like kind of like the lightest shade in the palette. So what I do is I'll pick up a little bit of this, and now I'm gonna go into this shade, and then I'm gonna, you know, blend that. Okay, and then I'm gonna move along to the next color. So I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this and go into this shade. And once I have that on, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this one and go into this shade. And once I have that on, I'm going to pick up a little bit of this one and go into this shade. So I'm just kind of really moving along the palette, and with each time I pick up a different color, I'm going to pick up light, you know, I'm going to go light to dark, and then I'm going to go to the next darker color, and I'm going to go light to dark. Okay, and I know I'm going a little bit out of order with these two, but it's only because you know, I'm kind of using this as my transition shade. So once we get all that out of the way, and then I'm going to go light to dark, and I'm going to pick some of this up, light to dark. Okay, so if that makes any sense, but that's what I'm going to do. So I kind of like got to move a little bit fast here because I am kind of going somewhere. So again, I'm going to pick up a little bit of this right here and a little bit of this. And I'm going to tap off my excess. And I'm just going to go right into the crease. Okay, I'm just going to let me get a mirror so that I can work from below, and that way you guys can still see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm gonna stay right there into the like brow bone, right into the crease, and I'm holding the brush clear down on the end because I just want the, you know, light touch. And you kind of want to work in different directions. So you want to do some circles, you want to do the windshield wiper motion, you want to, we are building the color up. So if you just go in one direction, you know, you're just doing the windshield wiper motion and that's the only direction that you're doing, your shadow isn't going to last, it's not going to stay, because we're, you know, we want to build this color up. We want to, you know, we're going to go from the lightest to the darkest, and we want the shadow to last. So you kind of like got to work it, you know, work it in there. So you want to go some circles, you want to go this way, and that way it's really worked in there and it's going to last and it's going to stay. And then the next shade, you know, that you put on top, you know, we're going to do the same thing, and it'll last a lot longer. It'll look a lot better. It'll be so much more blended, and trust me on this. Okay, so I'm going to keep working this in a little bit. And with each shade that, you know, that you go, you kind of want to make it just a little bit darker than you think, because as we blend, we're going to be taking a little bit of the color away. And the, you know, really the key is, honestly, after each time you go into a color on your palette, you need to blend. You can't expect to put it all on and then just blend, you know, to the end, because that is not going to work. You're going to end up with a muddy mess. So we're going to get this color on. We want to kind of start to see a little bit of a definition on the crease. Remember, I'm using that, I'm going into the, like, that lighter gray color. And it is a pretty light gray, so I mean, I'm not going to see like a huge definition. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make sure I get if there's any harsh lines, I'm going to go ahead and blend that. Okay, now I'm going to pick up the lighter blue, and then I'm going to get into the darker gray and tap off my excess. Same thing, I'm just going to start blending. So I got the idea to stop wearing any shimmer. I thought, you know, I'm going to try this for a couple weeks, and I'm not going to wear any type of shimmer eyeshadow, and I'm going to see, you know, if I get any kind of different compliments or non-compliments, or, you know, if anyone's like, oh, you know, what have you been doing different? I don't like your, you know, I don't like the way your shadow looks, or, you know, something like that. And basically, you know, just see maybe if I like it, if I notice a difference. And I can honestly tell you that I really feel like it's taken like years off of my, you know, just the way that my makeup looks. I really notice a difference. I've only been doing it so far now for, this is probably like 5 days. So I've had about 3 people say something to me. So I think that's pretty good. But I just think that it really makes a huge difference. Okay, so now I'm going to blend. Make sure I don't have any harsh lines. Now I'm gonna, oh, I almost dropped my brush. Okay, so I did this color, and I just did this color. So now I'm gonna pick a little bit of this color up, and I'm gonna go into this color. Okay. And like I said, these, you know, these matte colors are becoming really popular. I think that, you know, a lot of people are really starting to like the matte colors. I notice that more and more when you, you know, buy a new palette, they're putting a lot more matte shades in the palette, which that makes me really happy. Not everything has to be, you know, these huge glitter. A lot of times I think the matte shades are very, you know, they're very sophisticated looking, and they're very elegant. You know, I just really, really like them. I think, you know, if I was a younger girl and I was going like to the prom or something, I think that this would probably be like a choice that I would really consider. So they're not just for people that are, you know, mature or whatever. They're for everybody, you know. Okay, I'm gonna blend, make sure there's no harsh lines. And then this does take a few minutes, I know, you know, all the blending and everything, but this is the difference between a beautiful, you know, soft look, elegant look, put together look, and someone who looks like they have 2 black eyes. Okay, so we just did this color, so now we're going to do this one. So I'm going to pick a little bit of this up, and I'm going to go into this one. Now with this dark color, we're going to stay mostly on the outer edge, on that outer corner here. Okay, so I'm going to I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. My fiance is downstairs playing some kind of video game, and I think it's like a car game. I can hear like, I'm not sure if you guys can hear that, but it's kind of funny. Okay, so I think that looks really good. I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna make sure there's no harsh edges. I'm gonna blend that out. I actually think this eye turned out a lot better than the other eye. And I seem like I always have that. For some reason, one eye turns out so much nicer than the other eye. Does anybody else ever have that? I don't know why. But I like this eye better. Okay, so, and the key to having like a nice uniform look is, you know, you need to balance out on the bottom. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of this blue and then this blue, and we're just going to put a little bit of that right underneath the bottom here. And you don't need a lot, you know, just kind of. And then I get the darker shade. I keep a microfiber towel down here on my lap, so I'm going to pick up that very, very light blue that I used, and I'm going to pick that up, and I'm going to go right here in the corner. Okay. Take my clean blending brush, just make sure I don't have any fallout. And there you have it. So let me put a little bit of eyeliner on. We'll put the mascara on. Make sure I have no eyeshadow down in my eyes where they will get into my contacts. I'm just going to use a black eye pencil. I actually really like this eye pencil. It's made by Maybelline. It's probably one of the like softest eye pencil I own. It just like kind of glides on really nicely. Try not to get in the own way here. Okay. Throw on some mascara and then call it a done deal. So I will, after I put the mascara on, I'll close my eyes so you can see what it looks like. And like I said, I really like this matte mascara eyeshadow. I'm kind of like, this is my new look. And you don't have to do this, full look like I just did. You can definitely just, brush a little bit, on the lid. and maybe just like a small little, you know, section just kind of like across your crease, and like, you know, that could be perfect. I know now that they are making the matte shadows in the cream formula. So it goes on as a cream and dries as a matte. I would definitely like to get some of that. I think that would be a really nice formula to have. I know that Unique makes some of that, so that's on my wish list. I'm not using any like fancy kind of mascara right now. This mascara is actually called Lash Accelerator. It's by Rimmel. But I actually like this mascara. I try to save my really good mascara for when I'm going, you know, somewhere really fancy, or somewhere where I really want to, you know, make a really good impression. So, okay, I got like a little bit of mascara right here I gotta get. I see that I got it on my eye right here, and some down here. And like I tell you all the time, that is one thing about my channel that you guys will always get to see. If I make a mistake, you're definitely gonna see how I fix it. So, all right, so here is the finished look, you know. So hopefully you guys like it. It's really easy to do, and if you've, like I said, if you've never, you know, used a matte shadow, give it a try. Like you know, like I said, you can get it from the most expensive, you know, down to kind of like a mid-grade. You can get it from a drugstore brand, and I've seen it in the dollar store before. So if you're not willing to, you know, spend a whole lot of money because you're not sure if you're going to like it, you know, maybe try something that is at your Walmart or Walgreens or something. And if you're not even willing to spend that much, you know, try something from your dollar store. You know, it'll at least give you an idea if you think you're going to like it. You know, and just keep in mind, you know, if you do get something that is like on the cheaper end, you know, it might not be as high quality as something that you could get from a better brand. So keep an open mind, you know, that there are better, you know, quality brands and things like that. So that being said, like, you know, just try it out, you know. I mean, it can't hurt, you know. Like it's just a starting place. So if you would go into the dollar store and get some colors that you like and play around with it, there's no harm, no foul. So anyway, I hope that you liked this video, and you know, give it a thumbs up. And you know, if you think that you know somebody that might like this video, you can definitely share and pass it along. So that being said, subscribe and stay positive. I hope you guys, you know, having a, you know, best day you can. Nobody can be your own worst enemy as you are. So anyway, wear pink, kiss your puppies, and I will see you in the next video. All right, I love you guys all. Bye bye.